Not one to be left out of the party is Nadine Dorries, who has just posted a little tweet. So important to keep up with Nadine Dorries' tweets after she cancelled her last Twitter profile and has put up a new one. Don't know why she cancelled the first one. Was there something wrong? Had she said something inappropriate? I have no idea. Anyway, she said, ooh, we should listen to her. She said, Conservative MPs removed the Prime Minister people wanted and voted for with a stonking big majority less than 3 years ago. She's even adopting his speech mannerisms now. We can't remove the policies too. That's just not how our unwritten constitution democracy works, or the example we should set to the rest of the free world. Well, of course, the example that Nadine Dorries has set to the free world is not being entirely straightforward when it comes to giving evidence to the committee that is part of her former department, the digital media, whatever, DCMS anyway. And now the other thing, oh my goodness, what is the other thing? The other thing is that's not how our unwritten constitutional democracy works. Well, it's very interesting, but she is actually bang on the money with that one. Bang on the money. We don't vote for a prime minister, but we do vote for a set of policies. We do vote for propositions that the various parties put forward in the election manifestos. We vote for that manifesto. So if the party that's in power departs significantly from the manifesto, then I think we have good reason to demand a general election. So she may well be right. She may well be right. I find it extraordinary. We have no mandate from the people, she says, to do this. Conservative Gov elected on the basis of a manifesto. It's how democracy works. People voted in 2019 on the policy promises we made and for Boris. No, they didn't vote for Boris. They voted for their local MP and for the policies on which that local MP stood. So there, it's quite gratifying to say on that point she's wrong. If we don't want to deliver on the deal, the promises, we need a fresh mandate. And she's quite correct about that. She's quite correct about that. So it's the mandate and the local MP that we vote. The Prime Minister is independent of that process. The Prime Minister is simply the Queen's, or now the King's, First Minister in the government that has that has been chosen to rule and has been chosen to govern. Sorry, the King rules, the government governs, and any of the parties that happens to be big enough can then govern the country. That wouldn't require another general election, unless they're going to depart from the mandate on which the local MP was elected. It's all quite complicated, but also in a strange way straightforward. We are not a presidential democracy, therefore we do not vote for our Prime Minister. We vote for our local MP, and we vote for the mandate, and we vote for the manifesto on which the local MP is standing. That is it. That is our democracy. Now, I don't remember voting for a destruction of the top rate of tax. So I think that's quite right. There's a U-turn on that. Most of the other policies, actually, are simply policies which have come up because of events. And as Macmillan pointed out very carefully, events, dear boy, events govern the way a Prime Minister rules, Prime Minister governs the country. Well, actually, a Prime Minister doesn't govern the country either. A Prime Minister is simply in charge of the cabinet. A Prime Minister is His Majesty's First Minister. It's the government that governs. So Liz better start listening to her cabinet. cabinet responsibility and cabinet decisions. And anything else is actually against our tradition.